YouTube, W&J's Handy Dad here. Today we're going to talk about why you need to buy a Crown Victoria Police Interceptor now. Alright, so why should you buy one of these cars right now? Well, you already know my feelings on it. The Crown Victoria Police Interceptor is the best bang for the buck vehicle ever made. You can watch my video on that and see I go in pretty detail over why, but obviously probably the biggest factor is the price compared to what you're getting. You're just not going to get everything that you get in a Crown Vic for this price range. So here's where I'll stir up some controversies. Some of you think it's better to get a civilian model, and some of you, of course, like the P71 Police Interceptor, P7B. I like the Police Interceptor. I think you're getting a better vehicle, and here's why. Maintenance. Police department is gonna maintain the vehicle. Now, I'm sure somebody out there is gonna say, oh, they know of one that doesn't change the oil or whatever, but that's gonna be a rarity. However, probably everybody knows several people that don't take care of their cars, don't get their oil changed, don't do any kind of maintenance whatsoever. My personal belief, you want to buy one of these directly from a police auction. Now, obviously, you can get a bad car from a police auction. There's no guarantees there. The trick is to talk to the department that's selling it, find out what they can tell you about the cars. If they've got 5 or 10 Crown Vics they're selling, somebody at that department is going to be able to tell you which one is the bad car of the bunch, or which one they've had a lot of trouble with, which one maybe didn't have any problems at all and they're just getting rid of it because they didn't like the color of it, or now they want Tahoes or whatever it is. There's always some weird reason why they're getting rid of a car that has nothing to do with problems with the car, mileage on the car, that sort of thing. So here's the cold, hard reality. There are a fixed number of police interceptors that are still in service. That number is dwindling. That means these are going to become less and less available at police auctions, and if I have a choice, I would prefer to buy one from a police auction rather than from a private individual or a dealer or anything like that. I think you're going to get a much better bang for your buck buying it at an auction than you are from somebody else. And it's kind of the same reasons. When you get it from the police department, chances are all the maintenance is up to date when you get it. Getting it from a private individual, there's no telling what, if anything, was done. If anything was done cheaply, incorrectly, whatever, you may not be able to find those things out until the hard way. Something breaks and then you realize, oh, something wasn't done right on it. And that may be a lot more expensive than just getting an auction car and having to do normal maintenance on it for the age and mileage of the car. Dealers look at cars differently than I do, and probably differently than you do. Typically what I see when dealers buy these is they buy several of them at a time, and then they just put them on their lot, typically all for the same price if they're the same model year or whatever, and the mileage is close. Dealers just seem to treat cars as if a year and mileage is the only thing that matters, as opposed to what sort of condition it's in. Is it cleaned up? Has it been well taken care of, or whatever? I look at those type of things. I mean, if a car has sat in the sun, been abused, faded out or whatever, or there's an older car that's been immaculately cared for, to me, the better cared for one is more valuable. And so when you go to buy one of these from a dealer, typically what I see, they just buy it at the auction, they stick it on their lot, they mark it way up, and then they expect you to pay the profits to them. I'm sure there are some out there that actually, clean up the inventory and fix things like make the windows roll down and make the doors open from the inside, but I know there are a bunch that just literally go up to the auction site, load the car on the trailer it to their lot, and stick it on their lot as is. Maybe they wash it or something, but so I don't see any reason to pay that kind of markup when you could buy it at the auction. The other thing I see a lot talked about online is, when these are police cars, they're just abused, they're driven so hard or whatever. Okay, yeah, obviously when these are police cars, they've probably been in pursuits, they've had different things like that done to them, and maybe there's been some crazy abuse to them, but also when private people have these cars, they do stupid things in them too. They try to do burnouts, they try to rev up the car in neutral and throw it into drive, they try to shift gears when it's moving, whatever, just all sorts of crazy stuff. So you don't know when you buy a car from an individual if they haven't done stuff like that too. So I mean, for every reason that someone can say, oh, you're better off not buying it from an auction, I still think you're better off buying it from an auction. I've bought now 4 police cars from auctions, and maybe I've just been lucky, but all of them have either run right from the auction, or they've just needed minor things like a new battery or something. So like I said, I've had good luck in that regard, but none of them have been abused to the point of needing any kind of major things fixed on them. I mean, obviously brake pads wear out, fluids wear out, that sort of stuff, but I'm talking major repairs, that out-of-pocket type repairs, things that I can't do myself.